So welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Today we are here to discuss PES 2016 and what myself, TTB, wants to see sorted for this year's iteration. So we're going to get right into it in just a second. I'm not sure how long this video is going to be. I'll have some gameplay in the background going. Could be a long one, could be a short one. Probably is going to be fairly long because I've got quite a few points to discuss. Before we do get into it, I've got some absolute classics here that I thought I'd share. You know, the old PES 1, 2, 3 and 4. Remember 4 with Francesco Totti and Thierry Henry. If any of you guys want one of these, let me know in the comments. What was your favourite PES game? I no longer have a PlayStation 2 and these are actually UK versions. So if any of you guys want one of these, let me know. If you want me to sign them as well, I'll sign them if you want that. But yeah, let me know in the comments which classic, 1, 2, 3 or 4 was your favourite. Anyway, let's get into the video for today. So the first thing we're going to discuss that needs to be sorted for me is the presentation. Now the menus this year, they've got a little bit of an overhaul, a little bit different from what they have been. They've copied FIFA a little bit more with the square rectangular boxes, and that's fine. I don't think it looks any worse than before. I think it looks better. I think they need to sort of keep that format. That's fine. But it didn't really extend to any other point of the game apart from the main menu. It was on My Club, sure, but we didn't see it in Master League, we didn't see it in Become a Legend, so I think they need to bring that and push it over into different game modes, you know, especially like the Champions League mode. They could make it, the Champions League mode, we'll talk about that as well, but they can have that in there with the square boxes and you can have top scorers in one corner, matches to come, player ratings, you know, lots of different things. They could enhance the game modes overall, but I like to see the main menu sort of incorporated a bit more into elsewhere in the game. When it comes to in the game itself, the presentation, it's not up to par. We're going to discuss FIFA as well. It is the competitor, it is the main rival of PES, and they've got it spot on FIFA. The presentation has always been great. They've now got the Premier League license and they really did develop that last year and made a really good authentic game. PES on the other hand, there's not enough presentation for me. It doesn't look quite good enough on that front. The replays are very sort of kiddie and arcadey. Get some real life replays. I mean, go to some grounds, Konami, take some replays or watch a lot of replays on TV and incorporate that into the game, because that makes such a big difference. It's very much like a racing game. If you have a racing game when you've got all the replays, like Project Cars I think that's coming out has done that, it's going to make it much better when you do watch that replay. We've said replay about 1,000 times already, but when you do watch it, it looks better, it's more authentic, it's more engaging, so I think they do need to incorporate that a little bit more as well into the game. Presentation just overall needs to be stepped up. Lots of different cutscenes now and then. Maybe a shot that's taken 20 minutes ago, they hit the bar, we can go back and show that, like FIFA does. Take a leaf out of FIFA's book on the presentation side of things, if anything, and try and put that into the game. That's basically what we're saying about the presentation. Now we move on to game modes. Now we know we have Master League, which is the big one everyone plays. Become a Legend is, you know, now and then popular. It isn't quite as big. And then we have My Club, which was a new game mode that came out last year. Now Master League and Become a Legend didn't see any real improvements last year. It was disappointing. We got a lot of promises that didn't quite happen. So this year, they do need to revamp the mode. And when I'm talking about revamp, I'm talking about completely blow it up and make it something worth playing. Career mode on FIFA is fantastic. It's fantastic, and the reason why it's so good is because not only on the field you play the matches, but when you finish the game and you get back into the menus, you can spend ages tweaking your team, formations, going in there and spending hours upon hours finding the best players, making transfers. On PES, you can't do any of that. Yes, you can change your team, but that's about it. This year, we could not basically go day by day doing transfers. It didn't happen. So, what we left with? A very dumbed down game mode, which basically meant all we could do was play a match, go back into the game, change a few bits in our formation, then go back and play a match. There's nothing, there's no engagement there, it's not really exciting, and they need to bring that fun factor, not on the field, but off the field as well. Make it a mode that we really want to sit down and create. I mean, it's Master League. Master League was all about getting a default side and bringing them through the ranks, going through the youth system, etc., and making a really good team. But it's lost that. It's lost that momentum over the years. So really, they need to revamp Master League and become a Legends the same. We need to see that sorted as well. My club was a good idea. I enjoyed my club to a certain extent. But the whole team spirit thing for me sort of ruined it. Because I don't have hours upon hours to spend trying to get my team spirit up. I've had people comment in my videos, why don't you play sim matches? Okay, sure, I could play sim matches. But then I've got to spend money on on contracts. Because if I want to get my team spirit up with Ronaldo and stuff, I've got to do sim matches, and then the contracts go down. Then I've got to spend money getting the contracts renewed. It's just too much. So I think they need to sort of incorporate a different... I said incorporate a lot in this video, but they need to bring in a system that's slightly different to the way it's working right now. Really, you know, I know FIFA has their way, and the chemistry is basically down to players playing for the same teams, players who have the same nationality in the same leagues. PES can go that route as well. Why not? It doesn't really matter. Just make it so that we don't have to sit down for hours upon hours just to get that up and actually be able to compete with people that have been doing that. So my club, it was a good mode this year, but I still want to see quite a few enhancements overall on the game mode. Alright, well that's 2 down. We've got a bit more to go. The gameplay. Let's get into the meat and veg of everything. Now the gameplay itself is really a chance for them this year to do something special. They made a really great foundation last year with the Fox engine. PES 2014 was not good. Simple as that. It had the good looks and all that, but that was it. PES 2015, on the other hand, they really did go back to the roots. They made it a lot slicker, better, responsive, and it was good fun to play. So what do I need to improve this year? Well, the AI still does need some refinements. I think they need to tweak it to make it a little bit harder. Superstar for me still isn't quite as challenging as I would like. Why not bring back the star system? Let's go 1 star, 2 star, 3 star. I remember those days. Used to love them. And then have an unlockable in the shop. Have a 7 star. A real troubling difficulty that is going to make it hard as tits for all of us out there. That would be good fun. But the overall AI, I mean, I've talked about the crossing bug, and some people have said they've seen the AI cross. I rarely see, out of hundreds of games I've played on PES, rarely see the AI cross the ball in the box. They don't. They seem to cut back and they'll just lay it square on the floor. That's not a cross. That's just playing it square. A cross, you know, you go down the line, you whip it in with a bit of pace, David Beckham style. People come in for the header. That's a cross. Don't see it enough on PES this year. That needs to be sorted. I'm surprised they haven't fixed it with a patch. Weather effects. I like to see maybe some snow that's actually in the game now. Rain did finally make an appearance this year. Thank the Lord, it took them long enough. But it doesn't really play a major factor on the game. So maybe tweak that a little bit. Make sure, you know, the sun does one thing, the rain does another. We have snow and it's a little bit more slick. Players are sliding all over the place. Goalies are having a hard time handling the ball. That would be another nice thing to add. Net physics and ball physics. Now, net physics is sort of a double-edged sword. Some people care about it. Some people couldn't give a monkey's toss. Personally, I'm not massively... I don't really care that big. I mean, if the net physics are good, they're good. They should be good in this day and age. I mean, FIFA did improve theirs last year. They're much better, but it seems like even if you tap it in, the net still comes off the ground, which it isn't realistic. But PES's net physics are poor. I'll put it that way. They do need to be improved. And the ball physics, once again, some people will say they're better on PES, some people will say they're better on FIFA. For me, FIFA has the more real-life ball physics than PES, because on PES, if you try and side foot a cross, or your shot, you press R1 or R2 and you try and bend it, there's far too much bend. I mean, the ball bends unrealistically in sort of a horse shape, or horseshoe sort of shape. That's not realistic. No one puts that much bend on a ball. Even Beckham couldn't bend a ball like that, and he had his own movie. So I think they need to dumb that down a little bit and just sort of get more real-life ball physics where ricochets do happen. Balls nowadays do fly all over the place. When someone hits it with the outside of their boot, that ball is all over the place now. When you see goals on TV, it can start off in the middle of the goal and then shoot off into the right-hand corner. So I think enhancing them ball physics as well, for me, needs to be slightly improved. Not massively, because they're pretty good, but just slightly to give us a better feel for it. The impact engine itself on PES as well is pretty good. I have to say FIFA's impact engine has got worse. I don't know about you, but I've seen some laughable animations this year of players just running into each other, knocking each other out, legs getting tangled, arms flailing, heads getting into each other. Very, very disturbing. Had a couple of bad dreams about them. Whereas on PES, seems to be not as weird looking. Things do, if players hit each other, they fall down more realistically. So I think just tweaking the impact engine more this year, the Fox engine as should we say, and they're pretty much there because it was pretty good this year. Animations overall still does need some refinements. Goalkeepers were better this year. There were more animations for them. I saw some leg saves, you know, Neuer coming out doing all that fun stuff. But still, animations is a massive area in any kind of sports title. You look at NBA 2K15, I mean, it looks absolutely ridiculous. So lifelike, so realistic. Animations is massive in any kind of sports title, so that's another thing they do need to work on. Now, edit mode. This is a big, big thing because edit mode on the PlayStation 4, the Xbox One, needed to be good this year purely for the fact that we can't import option files. We can't do any of that stuff. Was it? No. It was embarrassing, to be fair. It wasn't good enough. The Stadium editor wasn't a Stadium editor. It was just some sort of a Stadium enhancer that you can buy from Amazon. It seemed like it was crap. You couldn't do anything on it except change the seat colour and a few turfs. Not good enough. They need to make an actual Stadium creator that we can make from scratch, and we can add as many stadiums as we want. The PS4, the Xbox One have the power now to do that. So, why not make a separate stadium or edit mode on PS4 and Xbox One to the PlayStation 3 and the 360? Can be done. Get two separate teams going and do that. Easy peasy. I mean, I know it's easier said than done, but still. So that needs to be sorted. We need an emblem maker, a kit maker that's proper. We need to be able to add sponsors. Couldn't even have them this year. We just had a plain black shirt with a little badge on the side and then a fake emblem, and that was it. So that was really kind of disappointing. So edit mode on the consoles needs to be electrified, as John Travolta would say in Greece. It needs to be absolutely mind-boggling this year. Sorted out, enhanced fully to the extent that we get excited when we get in there, because people they absolutely love to edit the game. We have so many great people out there who can do such a great job in the community. So if they can give us an edit mode on consoles, PC they don't have to worry about. PC is done. People do that all the time. But on consoles, next gen or more current gen, it'll be fantastic. And then finally, let's just talk a little bit about sort of the Champions League mode, Europa League mode. They need to sort of make them game modes what they are. They have the license. I'm not sure how long they're going to have them for the Champions League. But really go out and make it a mode that is its own separate game mode. I mean, why not have a little... They could make like guys dressed up properly, proper characters, and then you see the live draw before you get into the actual matches. They call out the names, Barcelona and Arsenal and Manchester United and all that stuff in the draws. Then you get in there and it's a whole new menu system. You've got live updates happening, players that are playing well, players that have got injured, top goal scorers, something different. It would be nice if they added that sort of thing into Champions League mode, Europa League, and they've had many, many years to do it. They just haven't been able to do it, or they didn't want to. Simple as that. Anyway, that is what I've got for today. It is a long video, around 15 minutes. I'm sorry about that, but please let me know what you guys want to see for PES 2016. I know it's a long, long way away. The game's been out for about 4 or so months now, but I think we've all played it. We've all enjoyed it. We've laughed. We've cried. We've committed suicide at times. But I think we all know what we want to see. So let me know in the comments. Please do hit that like button, share it around, see how many people can really enjoy the game for next year, because we want it to be the best PES to date. But until next time, have a great day. Take care.